Hey friends, welcome to the Johnson City Living Podcast, where we learn about the people, places, events, and flavors that make Johnson City just a lovely place to live. I'm your host, Colin Johnson, with the Colin and Carly Group and Keller Williams Realty. If you're interested in buying or selling a home in the area, or if you're looking at investing in a rental property, give us a call at 423-930-8003, and we will look forward to helping you. Now, let's get to today's episode. I've got a new friend named Courtney Bean on the podcast today for you guys to meet. And she is the Main Street Program Director for Elizabethton. So we're stepping out of the Johnson City area just about 10 miles. And we're going to talk about Elizabethton, but we're also going to get to know Courtney. Yeah. Courtney, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Johnson City Living. The first question, since you're a loyal listener, is what do you love most about Johnson City?
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna say that's a really good question, because I want to say the mountain, like I want to say the outdoor playground and the landscape.
But what does your heart say?
No, it does say that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna so I would say the outdoor landscape, the mountains.
Yep.
For two parts.
Okay.
One, the adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I love that we can just hike, bike, float on the river.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do anything probably else beyond that, but other people can,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah, like mountain climb or like rock climb.
Yeah, or like kayak. So many options. But I also love the seasons
100%.
because that has to do with the mountains as well.
Mm-hmm.
And even though the seasons are showing interesting characteristics today.
Yep.
But
the leaves are showing off.
The leaves.
Oh,
they were perfect this weekend. They were beautiful. We went out to the mountains. It was just beautiful. And I love that there's a perfect 4 seasons. And right when you're sick of one, the next one appears. And maybe it even changes in the middle, you know? So I would say the mountain landscape. Final answer.
Final answer, locking it in 100%.
But for 2 parts. Yes.
I love it.
Thanks.
I love it. Now, do you live in Johnson City?
I do.
Cool. How
we
long have you
live
lived
in the
here?
Tree Street. So we've lived in Johnson City it'll be 9 years in December.
Awesome.
And we love it.
Cool. Where in the Tree
We
Streets
love
are
it.
you?
We're on West Poplar.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I've sold a lot of houses in the Tree Streets. We love that little
bet you
microcosm. It is awesome.
Yes, love it. It's a beautiful community that we have.
Yes.
And it's interesting because when I was living in Alabama in 2014,
Okay.
my now husband was living in Knoxville, and we were doing long distance, and he got a job up here. And I remember I was like, oh, okay, Johnson City, what's going on there, you know? And I look, and anyways, I talked to some friends, and I'm like, we can live there. There's mountains, there was a farmer's market, but I said, I think I want to live in the Tree Streets because it's walkable to downtown, and it's just a community within itself.
There you go.
We love
It's
it.
really just awesome. Yeah.
Love it.
And now they're with the Walnut Street corridor.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be even more business that's going to be walkable too for you. So you guys just cruise down the street. You can go to the Firehouse for lunch. You can go to Timber for dinner.
Timber's
you can have
one of our favorites.
Nikki Giles and the Groovy Grover, get some fresh food there. Have you had that?
No, I haven't been there yet.
She was on the podcast the other
Yeah?
day. And she was hysterical. And the food is delicious. So go check out
I
Groovy
will.
Grover.
I will. I love that.
Okay, so where were you born?
So I was born in Memphis.
Me too. Go West Tennessee.
Listen, I have to give a little love to Memphis because a lot of people think that Memphis isn't a part of Tennessee. And you know how they are, you know, they're like,
Those people need to hush their mouths.
Because Memphis is diverse.
Yep.
There's 3 distinct parts of Tennessee, and that's what makes it lovely.
Why we have 3 stars on our flag.
Exactly. Now, I do choose to live here because of the mountains.
Right.
Memphis is flat
It's
and
the best
hot.
star out of the flag.
I think so, yeah. But you still got to show some love to Memphis.
100%.
And I love going back.
Got to go check out the
eating
Delta.
Barbecue. That's right.
Yep.
That's right. So my little nephews are there. So, but I haven't lived there in a long time.
Okay. And then so you left Memphis when you were how old?
When I was 17.
Struck out on your own? Like,
No, yeah.
Okay.
Just like with a backpack
Yeah,
and
and a
just
little
kind of
knapsack
hitchhiked
thing
across.
with the-
Yeah. No, I went to Maryville College.
Okay. So in Knoxville.
And so,
I thought you and your husband may have met at a Tennessee-Alabama game.
Oh, no.
And you're in Alabama and he was Tennessee.
No, I worked at Auburn, so let's be clear. Not.
Okay.
Yeah. I say go Vols, War Eagle.
That's a good one. Go Bells.
Because I've
War
worked
Eagle.
at both institutions, so
yeah.
I say yes.
And they're not really like,
They're not rivals.
no.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't dislike them as much as we dislike
As
Alabama.
the other team.
Correct.
We won't even, they who must not be named.
Correct.
That's
I
what
like
we'll
that.
say.
Let's
Yeah.
just forget
Yeah.
about it altogether.
Yeah. So we met at Maryville College. So went to Maryville and then lived in Knoxville for a few years.
Awesome.
And then moved to Auburn
Okay.
and then moved up here.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what does your husband do?
So he actually, he moved up here because he started working for Appalachia Service Project.
Mm-hmm.
So he was doing home repair and, home repair in rural Appalachia.
Awesome.
And in January, he ventured out. And so him and two other of his friends and business partners have a construction business.
Cool. What's your husband's
Shout out
name?
to 80 Grit. His name is Adam Bean.
Adam Bean. And what's the name of his business?
80 Grit.
80 Grit.
80.
A-D, like, or
80.
80.
80 is in the sandpaper.
I gotcha. 80 Grit. Like, that's rough stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also like I'm gonna hurt myself here because I don't know that much about construction because I live with someone who does. But I think it's like the sandpaper that you use for like the most projects.
It's a good starter. Like, it gets a lot done.
yes,
it
yes.
takes off.
Perfect.
So my thought was they took that name because they get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Because like when you go with 80 Grit, you're getting some wood gone when you're sanding down something, and then
Yeah.
you finish it off with like you go to 100, and then you go to 150, then 220, and then it's smooth as silk, and then you can paint it. Or anyway, that's my 2 cents on that.
We're gonna steal all of that for their marketing. That's
Well,
beautiful.
yeah,
That's great.
I think it's great, and maybe he even has sandpaper hands because he works so hard with them all the time.
He is a hard worker.
All right, so you told us what you love about Johnson City, and yet you don't work in Johnson City.
don't work
Where
in
do you
Johnson.
work?
So I work in downtown Elizabethton.
Okay.
So I work for the city of Elizabethton.
Nice.
And I'm the Main Street director. And Main Street's cool because Main Street is national.
I think I saw you standing out there the other day, like telling cars where to go. Is that what you do?
No,
Oh, you don't direct traffic
that's not
on there.
me. But sometimes people do ask if I'm the mayor, and I'm like,
Oh.
definitely not.
That's a good one.
So I started wearing my name tag.
Who
when
is the mayor of Elizabethton?
Well, the city mayor is Kurt Alexander,
Okay,
and then the county mayor is Patty Woodby.
nice.
Yeah, both
We should get them on.
lovely. You should. Both lovely leaders.
Okay.
I am not them, thank goodness.
Do you wish to be mayor one day?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
So what do you do? I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, I
Got
love
us off
that.
track.
So I'm the Main Street director. So Main Street's a national program, and
Okay.
there's thousands of programs across the country, but there's about 40 or so here in the state of Tennessee. So regionally, we have a lot of Main Street programs, which is cool. We have this beautiful little cluster. So Bristol has had a Main Street program, I think, for like 30
wow.
years.
Yeah.
Johnson City,
Check.
everyone calls it something different. So
Okay.
like Johnson City is the Downtown Connect program.
Oh, okay.
Bristol is Believe in Bristol.
Gotcha.
Jonesboro, Main Street Jonesboro.
Quintessential town.
Quintessential.
It's the oldest Main Street program, or oldest Main Street in Tennessee.
It is. It is. We all look and just awe. Cameo Waters, she's
Yeah.
amazing. She's rocking it over there. Greenville, Tennessee. They've had a Main Street program for quite a while.
Irwin?
Rogersville. So, I mean, there's programs all throughout.
Irwin got one? They've got a great Main Street.
They do not.
Oh, look at that. So if
They're
you're
working on
thinking
it.
about
Yes.
becoming a Main Street director, get in touch with Courtney. Her information will
go.
be in the show notes, and she can
Perfect.
help have a friend in Irwin.
Yeah,
You guys,
they
'cause
are working on it.
You guys probably work together, I would think.
We do. We actually just had a regional meeting here where we split the days between Elizabethton and Johnson City. And it's just fun to get together with everybody because you can learn about programs that they're doing, what works for them. Every community is different. And that's one thing that I love is that, sometimes in Elizabethton, people will say, oh, well, look what Johnson City did. And it's like, that's great for them. And we love that for them. But we have to find what works for us
Right,
here
'cause we're all
and who we
unique.
are.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have our own identities. But when we all get together, the Main Street directors, we can talk about different programs and things that have worked, things that haven't worked, and we can kind of learn and grow
Network
from
and
each other.
synergize and get the best of
Yeah,
it.
which is really great.
So for me, I don't know. I'm like, what do you do on the daily?
What
Like,
do I do?
What do you meet with all the I don't even know. I'm going to say
Exactly,
like
yeah.
all the business owners on the main street, or are you in charge of like, hey, we got to put new stripes down the road? I mean, like,
Summers Taylor does that.
yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Grant.
Hey, Grant. Yeah, so Main Street, and I won't, there's this 4-point approach with Main Street, and it's all about working in those 4 points simultaneously.
Okay.
Knowing the direction that you're going in, like knowing what your strategies are, and then working in these 4 points. And those 4 points are promotion, which is like events.
Okay.
Design, which is the look and feel of downtown. Economic vitality, supporting our current businesses, recruiting in new businesses, and then organization, which is like the sustainability of the program.
I like it.
And so you work in those 4 areas all together because everyone thinks all you need is events. Events. And that events are great.
But if you don't have any shops down there for people to frequent when the event's over, nothing's happening.
Exactly. And if you don't have the right businesses in your downtown that fit your community, it's not going to be successful, and you don't have a vibrant, active community. So the short answer is I work with our community, with our city, with our businesses to create an active and vibrant downtown district.
Man.
That's the elevator pitch.
Now,
there's a lot more I think that goes into that, but that's the short answer.
Is it, how's the project funded? Is it like tax funded through the revenue that comes out of the city, or is it a grant funded program, or both, or?
Every program's different.
Okay.
So I'm a city employee, which is a unique position. The majority of the Main Street programs here in our region are their own nonprofit.
Gotcha.
So I am a city employee, so my salary and benefits are through the city, which is
nice.
Very supportive, yes. But then all of our like operational fees and programming, those come from, we're a membership-based program. Not every program is, but we're a member-based. And what's cool about it is that members of the community can be a member. So they can have a voice in downtown.
Mitch, we could jump on.
You can jump on.
Let's do it.
He's
like, let's go.
We are working with Maypop Media.
Oh, are you? Well, he's an
for a fun
Elizabethton.
project.
He lives there.
I know.
Elizabethonian? Yeah, I think that's the word.
That's the word? Coining it now.
Elizabethonian.
Yeah. Elizabethonian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's cool is that businesses in downtown can be a member, businesses outside of downtown can be a member, but also, again, like families and community members, because everyone has an opinion, which we love, and everyone wants to share their voice.
Well said.
And
we don't record all of them.
And so, the Main Street program is a great way for people to get involved and be able to give back to their community and help it grow and elevate the way that they want to see it. We also do fundraisers, and we have some grants through the city and Main Street partnership for some murals and things like that. So a combination.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you got a lot going on.
We have a lot going on.
Do you have anybody that helps you, or is it just you?
It's mostly just, I'm the only full-time director.
Okay.
We do have a very active board.
Gotcha.
We have wonderful members and businesses.
Who's your board chair?
Frankie Bailey, who is the owner of the coffee company.
Hey, Frankie, you should come on the podcast.
Hey, Frankie.
Thank you for all your amazing coffee and the cinnamon roll. Have you had a cinnamon roll over there? They're so good.
They're so good. I'm gluten-free now, but I had it before I was gluten-free, and thank goodness.
I think that would be the one thing, if I were gluten-free, I'd be like, I don't really care.
I don't care if I feel bad.
Eat this thing because it's so good. Yeah.
When you walk in and Beth is making the cinnamon rolls,
so good.
It's out of this world.
So good.
It smells so good.
So you're busy.
Yeah, but we do have an intern from Milligan University.
So you got a little help.
Working with that partnership. And then we have some, again, like amazing volunteers and members.
Let's go back. Let's talk about priorities for the downtown.
Yes.
So what's the vision of Elizabethton downtown? Because I think it's awesome. Carly and I, every time we drive through there, we're like, this downtown is just great. It's got
great.
It going on.
And it's growing.
It's growing.
Which is amazing to see.
Yep.
So Main Street.
And one day I'll be old enough to have a car that I bring out there like on Friday night.
Saturday nights is the cruise.
Saturday night, sorry. But I'm not 80 yet, so.
I think that the cruise and the car club would say everybody's welcome.
That's true.
Everybody's welcome, but there are specific genres of cars that they're looking for. So
they are. They're looking for kind of muscly motor old cars, which is kind of cool. And they're beautiful.
Yes. So our two we call them our transformational strategies. I'm putting a lot of buzzwords out here on this podcast today.
And there were some other ones you used earlier that we're going to get back to.
Okay, I can't wait.
Like micro-localism and regionalism and...
Yeah, fun buzzwords.
Yeah.
So our transformational strategies are to basically become an active and vibrant downtown district. And I use the word elevate and grow a lot in conversations about Main Street, about our downtown, because I don't think that we're necessarily revitalizing our downtown because our downtown wasn't dead, but we're elevating, we're growing, we're filling in some holes, but becoming an active, vibrant, entertainment, shopping, dining downtown district. It's a lot of words. Yeah.
So how do we elevate it? What can our listeners do to help you elevate the downtown and help it grow?
Come downtown.
Okay.
We have over 30 retailers in our downtown.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? We've lost a few restaurants this past month, but we need more evening dining. So if you...
Is Red Chili still down there?
Red Chili is still down there.
Oh, so good.
So good. Monet, she's not going to advertise her hours.
But
you just better know when they are. It's amazing.
Do you know the hours? Can you tell us?
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday. So she's open for lunch Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
But I feel like Friday or Saturday she's carry out only for dinner. See, it is a
little interesting, but if you can figure it out, it's well worth it.
It's well worth it.
That little clay pot thing is so good.
Yeah.
So anyway, go down, spend money.
Come check out our businesses.
If you're a restaurateur, you're saying there's some openings.
We need more restaurants.
Okay.
We're looking for more restaurants.
What would be like a good one to throw in there? In your mind, do we have a piggy joint downtown?
Not now.
See, what happened?
Not now. That was
they weren't elevating it.
They were. Jiggy Ray's recently closed down, which is very sad. I don't typically like to talk about the negative things. I like to share the positive stuff.
Sorry.
No, but honesty is important. Transparency is good.
Yeah.
So Southern Restaurant closed and Jiggy Ray's closed.
Okay.
Kind of for different reasons. And it wasn't that the business wasn't there.
I'm a little fearful now because we went to Southern for black-eyed peas and collard greens on New Year's Day because it's lucky.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't know what we're going to do now because I don't know how to make that stuff.
Well, she's trying to sell it.
Oh, okay.
So if you know anybody that wants to buy a building and a business and carry on the Southern tradition, Southern has been around for almost 100 years. So Ava, who's the owner, she's just tired.
She's tired. Is there upstairs? We need to, that's off top.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But let me know. I'm thinking. My brain's going to work.
Yeah.
I may have somebody. Okay.
But I will say that, so our other transformational strategy is outdoor recreation.
Okay.
Which is a huge point within our region.
Yep.
So it's not anything new that we're sharing, but a lot of the outdoor rec is in Carter County.
Correct.
So we want to connect outdoor recreation with downtown.
Gotcha.
So whether it's, you're going to go to Laurel Falls for a hike, grab a coffee at the coffee company or Kim's Coffee or breakfast,
Get a couple of hot dogs at the
Jay's Corner. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh. Maybe you're going to hike Road Mountain or maybe you're going to bike to Tweetsea and then end it at Riverside Tap House or Appalachian Sun Brewery or grab dinner at Dino's, So we want to connect our outdoor recreation with our downtown. Our Tweetsea Trail runs right through downtown.
It is super cool. It runs right behind the coffee company.
It does.
And I heard it's going all the way to Rome Mountain.
It is.
That's
Patty
amazing.
Mayor would be. She's
like on the mission to get it
rocking
there.
it. I know. It's amazing.
That is a long haul. Carly and I took the boys from here to Elizabethton one time. And on the way back, they were younger, and their little legs gave out, and this dad was pushing bikes, and that wasn't any fun. So we learned to park down at the baseball field at Elizabethton and go up the trail because it's a lot easier coming down on the way home.
Well, here's what I would encourage: park downtown.
Exactly. So
go
now
a little bit further, park downtown, then ride downhill downtown.
Yep.
Shop and dine downtown, and then just drive back.
Well, I told my friends that the other day. They were in from Atlanta, and I said, what you need to do is go to the coffee company, get a cup of coffee, go on the Tweetsea Trail, and get a nice walk in, and then come back down. So they did.
Come back down. We have our covered bridge.
You do have a covered bridge.
Beautiful
and a
parks.
big obelisk in the middle of the...
It's our Veterans Monument.
It's awesome.
It honors all veterans of all wars. Covers covers it.
They're all good. They're all good. We support
They're all
them all.
good.
We support them all. And thank you for all veterans all over the world.
We have a lot of veteran landmarks in our downtown.
All right, let's fast forward and say 5 years from now.
Oh.
What is your vision for the downtown? What it would be like? Okay, I won. I crushed it. We did exactly
it's a team effort. We crushed it.
The community crushed it.
Yeah.
And it looks like this. So spin that for our listeners so that they can help elevate.
Yes. I would say, so one thing that we've really been working on is our vacancy rate.
Okay.
So in 5 years, I would love to see, So we started out with 16% vacancy rate, and we're at 11% now 4 years later. So it's pretty good.
So you'd like to get it down to 5%.
That's what I was going to say, 5%.
Yeah, I think that's a healthy number.
That's a healthy number.
You don't want people to go, I can't even get in there.
Right. And I will say it's interesting because a lot of our businesses, a lot of our buildings that are open, I've also coined this term, unoccupied, unavailable.
Oh,
they're not for sale or rent. So sometimes people walk downtown.
Some people are just holding on to it.
They're just holding on to it. And so I think, but the more that downtown grows, the more that people are wanting to be downtown. I mean, I would say we have a waiting list. You know, people call all the time our office to say, I want a business in downtown or I want to be downtown. And there's more opportunity. There's more interest than we have opportunity.
Gotcha.
So that's a good thing. But there are a number of these buildings that property owners are holding on to that it just is
They are waiting for it
downtown.
to elevate, and then they're going to sell it at a higher price in their mind. But really, they're hurting the whole downtown to where if they would let go of some of them, then it would grow the value of the other ones. And so, well, they'll transfer. It'll happen.
It takes time.
Yes.
And I would say, so in 5 years, I mean, the city just worked with TDOT to create a mobility plan for downtown to kind of look at how traffic and pedestrians and bikes and everything works through downtown. And that's still pending council approval, and there's work,
Are there bike trails downtown? Besides just the Tweetsie Trail?
Not currently, no.
So you can go the Tweetsie Trail on your bike and go back the Tweetsie Trail.
And we also have the linear path.
Okay.
Which is managed by the city, and we are working on a connector from the Tweetsie Trail to the linear trail.
Okay.
Which is going to happen. So the linear trail, it's within Covered Bridge Park, and then it goes on up.
Kind of down the creek.
Kind of follows the Doe River actually.
Yeah, Doe River.
And then it goes along to the Watauga as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really pretty. So there's lots of opportunities.
I like it.
Outdoor recreation.
What's your favorite thing about downtown?
So I would say the people and the quaintness,
Yeah.
There's this, I have never been a part of a community that has so much pride and love for their community.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
It is.
Like when we ask Elizabethton to show up, they show up.
That's cool.
And it's beautiful.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think just thinking back, driving through there, you guys are doing a great job just keeping it clean, right? Like a lot of people come to our area, like my friends, they were from Washington originally, they moved to Atlanta, and they're like, it's just clean here. Like, and I go, we really work hard to keep it clean.
Yeah.
Because we love our area. We take pride in it. And if you're letting trash blow out of your truck, I'm going to pull up beside you and point at you and be like, bro, you got trash coming out of your truck. Stop and pick it up.
Just hand it back to them in the window.
Yeah, or just, what's that called where they fire in the hole and throw it back through the hole in the restaurant? You could just do it in their car. I don't advocate that at all.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So 5 years, 5% vacancy. We're thriving. We've got new businesses. We're just rolling, and it's just really doing well.
And I think it would be nice to see the downtown infrastructure growing as well. So like we know that we need wayfinding signs and we need better parking signs. And because like when you're driving along Elk Avenue, our main drag, and you're not from there, you don't know where parking is.
Hey, this is a good time to give us your secret parking spaces downtown. Because I'll drive downtown and I want to park right in front of the coffee company because I'm lazy.
Exactly.
And
it's okay.
They're all booked, so I'll go around the back sometimes. There's a back door, which is nice. But sometimes that lot's full. And
Have
then
no
I
fear.
just say, forget it, and I'm going somewhere else.
Have no fear. We have almost 1,000 parking spots in downtown.
What?
I mean, in our Main Street conversations, people say if people aren't complaining about parking in downtown, you're not a successful downtown.
I'm complaining. There you go.
Exactly.
You're successful.
Perfect.
You're doing a great job.
And people say the
Same
same
here
thing
in
about
Johnson
Johnson
City.
City. I was going to say, I mean, it's the same thing, but it's
Although
a good problem
I
to
got
have.
a nice spot. It was easy this morning because it was cold and rainy, I think.
Yes. I found a nice parallel spot.
Yep.
But the great thing about downtown Elizabethton is that if you're driving along Elk Avenue, sure, you can pull into one of those parallel spots along the road. But there's a lot of larger parking lots on the other sides of the buildings.
Gotcha.
So behind the coffee company,
There is a good lot there.
there's a great lot there. First Christian Church, which is just kind of like diagonal from the back of the coffee company, that is also a city parking lot.
Oh.
Huge parking.
Well, I was going to say they probably wouldn't mind you parking there anyway because we all know it's the Lord's stuff anyway.
Exactly.
So, they're just going to share that.
Yeah, they're huge advocates of our downtown. We
Yeah.
have 5 churches in our downtown district, and they're all very involved. They're great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's tons of parking, whether you want, if you're over by Covered Bridge Park, there's parking right by Riverside Tap House, and then across the street over by Edwards Island. I mean, there's a huge parking lot up where Southern was and is going to be when somebody else
That's right.
buys it.
It's
We're
gonna be
just putting that
something
out into the
else.
universe. Yep. So much parking.
Okay.
People complain about it a lot, and I'm like,
All right. So let's.
we have a walking problem, not a parking problem.
You have a walking problem. Like
Everyone
people don't
does, every
walk
downtown.
enough.
Well, everyone just wants to park right outside the business they want to go to.
Oh, that's true.
But if you park somewhere new, you might discover something.
Just
new.
call them out. We're lazy.
Yeah.
We're lazy.
Yeah, it's
But
okay.
it's
Everybody
okay to
is.
walk a little bit. You're going to burn off that cinnamon roll. So park a mile away, run there and get some negative calories, eat your cinnamon roll, and then run back if you can.
Oh. If you don't want to do that, you can still come to downtown Elizabethton.
I guess you could do it that way if you want to.
That's the only way to do it.
All right. So take our listeners. Let's say you and your husband, Adam, are having a date night in Elizabethton.
Yeah.
What does that look like for you guys?
Ooh.
Like, let's start to finish, make it just awesome so that everybody wants to come do it. So pressure is on. And this is like Adam can listen to this podcast and he'll know like
he'll
exactly
take
what his
me
wife
on a
wants.
date.
And then
Love it.
he'll be like, okay, we're going to go get ice cream at the whatever, and then we're going to walk downtown and go to Red Chili or
You're
if it's
putting me
open.
on the spot because we have 160 busises.
Uh-oh.
I know.
What's your favorite?
That's what
Who's
I can't.
who do you not like?
No.
Don't ask those questions.
You're going to get me into
Sorry.
trouble.
Okay, I won't.
Okay, so let's see. I'm going to try to think of some things.
All right, we
So
could
I
do it
would
differently if
say-
you want. I could massage it a little bit. Where would you go for appetizers?
Here we go. Yes.
Like, what are some spots for appetizers?
Let's say it's a Tweetsy day
Okay.
and we're biking down. My husband and I did just buy a 1960s Schwinn Twin. It's a tandem, vintage tandem from one of our antique stores in Elizabethton.
Who's on the front? Driving.
Oh, he is. It's called the Captain.
Okay, so he's
And
the
then
captain.
I'm the rear admiral in the back. And let me tell you about a tandem. You can't see anything. It is blind trust.
So you guys, yeah, that's good.
That's good.
You trust him.
Yeah. It took us a few times for not to argue or fight because
I
I
had
was kind of panicking in the back.
My friend Paul and his wife Jan had one, and they were the same. Yep, same.
It took some time.
But once you get over it, you can do it.
It's beautiful and it's fun. I'm barely
a
working
good
back
team.
there. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
so
doing all
you're on
hard
the
work.
Tweetsy
Okay, so
Trail.
we're on our tandem. We bike down to Elizabethton. Let's say it's a Saturday.
Okay.
We're probably going to have breakfast or brunch at the coffee company.
Yeah. Okay. So first stop, coffee company.
Yeah, and I'm gluten-free, and they have gluten-free buns and options, which is very nice. Sometimes they even have gluten-free desserts,
Yep.
which I love.
And you're going to get a good coffee there. They're awesome. Their coffee's great.
It's roasted just across the street.
I didn't know that. My friend Jerry Williams. Do you know Jerry Williams? He's the pastor at Redstone. He lives there half the time.
Well, because his office is upstairs.
Yes, currently.
Yes.
We're looking for
They
another
are
space.
looking for a different space, yeah. No.
So I was
Jerry's
thinking they
great.
could have that restaurant and get some people from the church to run the restaurant, and he could be upstairs in the restaurant.
Oh,
That would be a good
that's
thought.
where your mind, yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't think it has an upstairs.
Oh, okay. We could build it on there.
There you go. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so your coffee,
Okay, so
you
we're
get a little
doing
brunch, little
the
coffee.
company.
Then what are you going to do? Where are
Then
you
we're
going?
going to probably do some shopping.
Okay.
We're going to walk around. Let's see. You know who's coming to downtown Elizabethton? Boomtown.
Boom. That just happened.
Boom.
You just let it out of the bag.
I did. Well,
Hopefully it's not a top secret.
It's not top secret. They're opening up in a few days. So
Shane's going to have another location.
I know.
That's awesome.
I've been courting them for a while.
Good job.
Because I really wanted them.
If you will have them do more Johnson City stuff too, like I think city specific.
Yeah.
Like they have a lot of regional Tennessee or micro localism.
Coined.
I want more micro localism stuff,
Yeah.
like Johnson City stuff. Because Carly, we're always buying this stuff to give it to our clients to say, hey, you need to come here, or thank you for moving here, and we want to get you introduced with some stickers and glasses and shirts and all that stuff. So
love that.
push into him as well while you're talking about that and say, get some town-specific stuff.
Town-specific stuff. Yeah, we talked about doing some, like Elizabethton Cyclone shirts. Because I think he has some Johnson City high schools, but not.
Covered bridge shirts.
Oof.
Yeah, there's a lot. Okay, so you go shopping
so
a little bit.
You're
shopping.
You know, a lot of people think of antiques when they think of Elizabethton, and antiques aren't bad. We really only have like 3 antique stores, but everyone thinks we have like 20. But they are really fun to explore and to look through. Yeah. But then we also have some cool boutiques. So Cottage Boutique is one that has some lovely ladies' dresses and clothes and jewelry. Nice. They've also got some men's like socks and soaps.
That'll be good. Carly can be looking at dresses and I'll look at socks.
Yes. And barbecue sauce. Very stereotypical.
And soap, because I could use that.
Yeah. Simple Blessings General Store is another one.
Okay.
Good for the whole family.
That's cool.
Because they have like the old-fashioned candy.
Kind of like the Generalist over here.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And they also have ice cream, Bluebell, and they have these like fancy shakes that you can get where they like put all the stuff in it and it looks really cool. You can get a Dr. Enough out of the cooler.
Oh, that's cool.
It's fun. They have clothes and
that's called what again?
Simple Blessings General Store.
Simple Blessings General Store. Okay.
They sell some local honey. That's where we usually get our honey from.
Yeah. I
Love
like
that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, you've been shopping a little bit. You've worked up an appetite. You're going to have lunch.
Gonna have lunch.
Sure. We're going to make it a big day because you got a lot of pedaling to do back to Johnson City, so you can burn off all your calories.
That's true. So on a Saturday, we might go to Big Dan's.
Big Dan's. I've never heard of Big Dan's.
Oh, Big Dan's Barbecue.
Big Dan's Barbecue. Mitch, you been to Big Dan's? Oh, he loves it.
And on Wednesdays, they do Bobo, buy one, get one half off barbecue sandwiches.
All right.
He used to be in Stony Creek, and then he came downtown.
Was it right there, ago? Like off the inner thing on the right?
You're asking really good questions.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Okay. Gotcha.
No
I was like right on the right before you get to the airport. But anyway, Elizabethton has an awesome
airport.
Yeah, Elizabethton has an awesome airport too.
Yeah.
Just outside of downtown, out of your purview.
We see planes fly.
You don't get to direct the airplanes, but you do get to direct the downtown.
Or cars. I'm not directing cars either. Okay, let's be clear.
All right, so Big Dan's Barbecue.
Then probably going to go to Riverside Tap House for a beverage.
Yeah.
And they have non-alcoholic options. They have ciders. They have seltzers. They have great regional beer.
And it's actually Riverside. Like you can sit there and look at the river, right? Ish?
Yeah, ish.
It's kind of over
It's like river adjacent.
Close.
Yeah. But they have a great patio and they do live music.
Okay.
And
I've driven by it. I haven't been there, but yes, I'm going to add that on. Carly, we're gonna have a date. I don't know if we can do the tandem bike though.
Well, that's okay. You know what? We also have a bike shop.
Yeah.
And they do e-bike rentals.
Oh.
Pedals on rails. They also do bike repairs too.
Look at this.
So really, we just rent the e-bikes and then we just zoom on back.
That's
and
smart.
We could stop at Hellbender Outfitter, which is our new outdoor shop.
Yeah.
And they also do consignment, so you can like sell your gently used outdoor gear.
How cool is this?
I get a check like every month from them because I'm bringing, But they also have new stuff as well.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Is it consignment or is it?
So they have it's a mix between consignment and
or
new.
they'll just pay you for some stuff. Like, can I
Oh,
bring
no,
in?
it's consignment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll bring in your jacket and they'll sell it and you
Yeah.
get $5 later. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. And that's
Isn't
called
that fun?
Hellbender Outfitters?
Hellbender Outfitters.
I
I
know.
could keep going. There's so many great businesses.
And then dinner. 'Cause
Dinner.
after the,
See, red chili is really good.
red chili.
You know, again, we've kind of lost some of our restaurants, but
Okay.
I don't know. Jay's Corner is
it's just,
so good. Red chili, Jay's Corner, Dino's. I would probably do all of them.
there you go. Get a little something from each one.
But Jay's Corner has a gluten-free
You can make
bun.
it like a progressive dinner. You just go through all
Yeah,
the places.
just get a little bit everywhere. But yeah, gluten-free. Jay's Corner has a gluten-free bun, and it's really good on their chicken Philly. Ooh, so good.
There you go. I love that you're helping out the gluten-free people out there.
Yeah, well, and again,
Because they're a big community.
It's a big
And I think they're
community.
becoming more and more. Carly doesn't eat much gluten at all.
yeah. And some people don't do the alternatives, so
Yeah.
you could, maybe you don't want the gluten-free bun, but
Some of it's kind of just super disappointing.
yeah, I get that.
You're
I
like,
get that.
This doesn't need to be even sold. But
Mitch and I were just talking about that of,
yeah.
yeah, it's okay. But it's gotten better over the years.
And if you email in, Mitch will make you cookies. He made cookies this morning. So he'll make you a
You're making-
chocolate chip pumpkin cookie that was fantastic. Not gluten-free, but
Not
anyway.
gluten-free. It's
I'm just
okay.
putting the pressure on you. If you'll listen to the podcast, we'll get you a cookie. How's that?
Is Mitch going to make it gluten-free?
I don't know. Maybe we'll just buy. Whoever's listening, if you want a cookie, you just contact us. I'll get you a gluten-free one, a regular one. I'll meet you for a cookie. We'll go to the cookie crate.
Hey, Cookie Crate's also being sold in downtown Elizabethton.
You guys have Cookie Crate downtown?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Do you have a cookie shop downtown?
Well, we have a number of things. So we have Simply Elegant Bakery. She sells cookies. We have Sweetie Treats. They started selling cookies. They have a huge fudge.
Sweetie Treats. That's a great idea.
Sweetie
That's a great
Treats.
name.
Isn't
That's
that
a
fun?
great name. Way to take advantage of the Tweety Treat.
I know.
Smart.
Right by our, Sweetie Treats is right by our, we have these breezeways that have great seating and umbrellas and artwork. And so you can grab something there and look at the art. It's
That's
fun.
awesome.
Come to downtown Elizabethton.
Come
y'all.
on down. It sounds great. You can meet Courtney. And
Yeah.
are you there downtown all the time? Yeah.
Yeah, every day.
Every
All the
day.
No, all the time.
Our listeners can
No,
come
I-
downtown and be like, "Hey, Courtney,
No, my aunt.
is your desk on the sidewalk?"
Yes, right there, just in the middle of the street.
Kind of rough in the winter.
It is. I got to wear a big jacket.
Rainy
yeah.
days. That's not fun.
Yeah.
But seriously, how could our listeners connect with you if they were like, "I want to bring a business. I want to take over Southern. I want to."
Yes. So many ways.
Yeah. So how
So-
can we connect with you?
Well, emails.
Email. You have the
Easy.
email. Okay.
C Bean at City of Elizabeth. So let me do this. This is easier. Social media is the best way
Okay.
because our Facebook and our Instagram are at downtown Elizabethton.
At downtown.
Phone number and email are both connected on those
Socials.
socials.
Okay.
And you can also just message the socials and
Gotcha.
we'll get it. And we have a lot of people do that, which is great. But we
Gotcha.
also just encourage you to follow because I think that every time people, especially if you're not from Elizabethton, it's changed a lot. In even just the 4 years that Main Street has been here.
It's changed a
in
lot since
10
I've
years.
been here for 40 years. I mean, we used to
Yeah.
go there. Yeah.
So
And
we
I'll
wanna-
say it used to feel like a long way away. But now I'll run and I'm like, oh, I've got to go show a house in Elizabethton. And it's only 20 minutes to like the other side sometimes.
Yeah.
Now I will take G Street a lot to
Take G Street.
get
Always
off
take
of the
G
4
Street.
lane because it gets so backed up.
And there's construction there right now.
Yeah.
And there will be construction probably for a while.
Okay.
So always take G Street. And it's just a prettier
and that
drive.
connects you right with downtown anyway. So.
It does. It does. I mean, from downtown JC to downtown Elizabethton, 15 minutes.
Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be careful on the 4 lane because there are cops hanging out.
Please, yes.
Don't speed.
Don't speed.
That'll ruin your trip downtown.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
won't have as much to spend and elevate and grow.
That's right.
You'll be
You'll
like,
paying
man, I
those-
could have dropped $200,
You'll be
but I
paying
just
those
gave that to
tickets.
the state troopers.
Yeah.
What excites you most about fall?
The leaves. I mean, I know that might be like a cop-out answer, but
Yeah.
I don't even care.
Okay.
We went to Roan Mountain this past weekend, and I mean, I just feel like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
I'm like, look at that one, and look at that one, and look
Yeah.
at that
Oh
one.
my
It's
gosh.
just, it's gorgeous.
My friend Twan, he and his family helped us start a tradition. And we haven't picked one yet. We need to get on it because we're behind. But they pick a favorite tree for the season, and then they watch it like just, continue to turn different colors, and then all the leaves fall off. And so they I
That's
think
fun.
it is a fun thing. What gets you fired up? What's the one thing like you're like, this is getting me out of the bed, or I'm passionate about making this happen? What gets you fired up? Or maybe it's UT Vols football. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing?
Community.
Community gets you fired up.
Yeah, it does. I think that's why.
I love it.
I'm
the same way. I love our community.
And I think that's why Elizabethton has been so special, is because the community it's just so strong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love living in the Tree Streets, because we have a strong community.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love living here, because it's a community within itself. And I just...
And everybody here
love it.
loves everybody, for the most part, I think.
Yeah.
And so when I tell people here, I'm like, hey, if you don't want to get loved on, and if you don't want to love people, keep on driving. You could go somewhere else where they hate you, and you can hate other people.
It's weird. Some people don't want that, and I don't get it. When my friends come to
I
visit...
get, I could see, hey, I'm a little more private or a little more introverted, but you're going to go out and interact with people.
Yeah.
And so does it hurt you to be nice to people? No. And just
But I
accept
love going somewhere and then seeing your friend out at dinner.
Agreed. Or
And
the
it's
grocery store, the gas station. And in Elizabethton, it's even a little tighter. So you like everywhere you go, everyone you know.
And yes, I mean, what they call the coffee company, the living room of Elizabethton.
I love it.
Isn't that cute?
That is great.
And it's true. Like if because some days there are days where you just don't want to see anybody.
I don't think I've ever been in the coffee company where I didn't know somebody.
Yes.
And I don't even live in Elizabethton. How weird is that?
The coffee company, and then City Market, which is over on East Street.
Yeah.
If you don't want to see anybody that day, do not go there for lunch. I was at City Market on Friday.
Yeah.
Everyone not everyone,
Just
but
drive
like every
through.
third person who walked the door, it's like, hey.
Drive through Salmon's and get you a hot dog and eat in like the back alley
That's
somewhere if you don't want to see anybody. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
anything you forgot to ask you or you'd like to share? You do have some events coming up, the holiday event stuff.
I think that's one thing that's really neat about our downtown, is that as it's continuing to grow, the quaintness, the smallness, the magic of downtown really blossoms this time of year. And so November 12th is our 26th annual Christmas open house.
What?
And it's a Sunday from 1 to 5 p.m. And we have over 30 participating businesses. They have refreshments. Santa Claus is there. I mean, it is a fun time. The coffee company's open on a Sunday.
How crazy is that?
It is
What day is
so
that?
Fun. Sunday, November 12th
November
from 1 to
12th.
5 p.m. And
It's coming up fast.
It's coming up so fast. And it's super fun. It's
That's
really
awesome.
fun. So, but that kicks off our holiday season. And November 12th until December 16th, there is something happening every weekend in downtown Elizabethton,
Look at
whether
that.
it's shopping or Parks and Rec is hosting something, or
Do you have a parade?
we do have a parade.
Good for you.
December 9th.
Nice.
Registration closes December
Santa's
2nd.
coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yes.
I'm excited. Awesome. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much
Thanks
for
for
sharing
having
about
me.
Elizabethton. Thanks for all you're doing for the downtown. I'm sure
Yeah.
it's thriving and growing and elevating because of you and your efforts. So
Buzzwords.
keep on trucking and let us know if we can do anything to help you. And and so if you're thinking about moving to Elizabethton and getting to know Courtney better, I'd love to help you buy a house over there or sell your house there if you want to move out of the area for some crazy reason, or maybe we'll just buy a bigger house in Elizabethton. We'll just
There
move
you
you
go.
around.
Yeah.
And or if you've got property that you want to manage, we do all that too. We can help you grow wealth if you and your husband are interested in that. If you want your stuff remodeled, you can call your husband.
80 Grit Construction.
80 Grit Construction.
Yeah.
He'll come sand it down and knock it out. So
They use other tools besides sandpaper.
sandpaper,
But that's their main tool. That's
hammer
it.
and sandpaper.
That's
That's
right,
it. We
that's
get
it.
it done. Well,
They
until
create beautiful things from those two tools.
I'm excited to check it out. We can probably put their link in the show notes too. So until next time, I'm Colin Johnson with the Colin and Carly Group, and I hope you guys have an awesome fall. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate you guys. And until next time, talk to you soon.